Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
Matterhorn Matt presents Matterhorn Mondays.
Hello everybody, welcome to episode 79 of Matterhorn Mondays. I'm your host, Matterhorn Matt.
And I'm Alex the Historian.
And today we are joined by Kris from LMGVids. Why don't you say hello to everybody listening at home?
Good day, mates. How you doing?
Kris just came back from a trip to Australia, so don't mind his accent.
Yeah, totally. Australia, as in my my room.
Yeah. So big welcome
That's supposed to be a joke.
Big welcome to Kris.
I don't know what part of that was a joke.
I know. Yeah, I was like, that's not a joke, but I was like, maybe if I clarified the joke, people would laugh.
Big welcome to Kris and Alex for joining me on today's stream. Well, Alex is always here, so big welcome to Kris for joining Alex and I on today's stream.
Oh boy, I've been promoted! Yay!
Yeah, it's currently 5:04 p.m. on a Saturday. In case you guys were wondering what time it was, currently during the recording. And if you guys would like to join us during the live recordings of Matterhorn Mondays, you can do so by subscribing to my second channel, Matterhorn Matt Streams. The link is in the description of almost every video I have on my channel. It's also on the sidebar of my channel. If you guys just sort of click on my channel, you look to the right, and it shows all the recommended channels on the side. It's the first one. You can go ahead and subscribe to that. Turn on... click the notification icon bell, you guys, so you will be informed. I don't know what I'm saying. Welcome everybody. It's just another Saturday here in the Matterhorn Matt household. But yeah, let's see what announcements.
Maybe you should start the stream.
I should probably just start. Yeah, I should just start the show.
That is a great idea.
Let's see. We don't have any birthdays this week, but if you would like to be wished a happy birthday on the show, you can do so by submitting your name and your birth date using the form in the description below, or if you're watching live right now, you can do exclamation birthday, you guys, and just a simple Google form.
I just realized when you said birthday, I'm going to jump a little forward in the news. Alex and I were actually planning to go to Star Wars Land together, right? Galaxy's Edge. Mm-hmm. I just realized if Alex and I actually go on the opening day, I won't be able to drink with Alex because my birthday's on June 2nd.
Wait, you're not 21?
No.
All this time I thought Kris was 21. Oh no, my. Well, I'll be old enough if I end up going with you guys. I'll be old enough to drink. So Kris will
watch
be
you guys drink.
The odd man out. But yeah, if you would like to have your birthday announced on stream, you can do so. Like I said, link in the description or exclamation birthday. Yeah, before we get into
the description below.
Thank you, Alex. Yeah,
Alex is practicing his ASMR series.
Yeah, so thank you. I don't even know what's going on. Thank you everybody for joining us today. Might as well. I guess I decided to name this segment Matt Snaps. I thought Snapple Saturdays was better, but you guys seemed it was the consensus that Matt Snaps was better than Snapple Saturdays. I guess because I guess the podcast comes out on a Monday and it's not Saturday anymore. I don't know. But yeah, I had to restock today. I went to Walgreens. I used my Walgreens membership card. I got a little discount. So let's just get. I don't know. Let's just pop this bad puppy open. Okay. And the fun fact, real fact. 1443. A human being could swim through the blood vessels of a blue whale. What? I mean,
that's actually true. There's a tour you can take that.
Wait, what?
Oh my! I could not keep a straight face while saying that.
Someone's gonna go off in the street and go like a whale like watching like, oh yeah, can I take the tour and like the blue whale? No.
I mean,
Alex,
maybe
give everyone ideas, Alex.
Maybe if you're like a baby, you'd be able to swim. I don't know how I don't even know how big a blue whale is. I guess they'd have to be pretty big if you would have to be able to swim through. A Swedish Eskimo says blue whales are really big, so I'm taking his word. Him or her? I don't know if Swedish Eskimo is a male or a female.
It's a him. It's Freddy. Remember Freddy?
Oh, hi, Freddy. I didn't know that was okay. Now I know. Well, thank you for joining us today, Mr. Freddy. I don't know. We'll just get right into this week's news from the Peak.
We now present to you news from the Peak.
I'll play the audio again just in case.
News from the Peak.
Welcome to this week's weekly segment of the weekly news from the Peak, you guys. First bit of news. There was not a lot of news this week, guys. Same as last week. I really had to sort of scratch and claw at finding interesting topics to talk about for this week's news from the Peak. But our first bit, Captain Marvel meet and greet, has arrived at DCA, you guys, for all you Captain Marvel fans out there. I know we got a few Captain Marvel fans in the chat currently, but you can you now have the ability to meet her in California Adventure over in Hollywood Land. And I guess this is the part where I give my very short review of the Captain Marvel film that came out last Friday, or I guess this past Friday. It was an all right film. Definitely not the best Marvel film. Definitely not the worst Marvel film. I'd give it a solid 7 Matterhorns out of 10 Matterhorns. And moving on.
Interesting.
I saw this headline on Twitter. I thought it would be interesting to bring up. Disneyland Resort announces $5 million grant to support housing in Anaheim. And there will be a link in the description below if you want more information on this, because, this isn't really my specialty, but I'm going to quote from the Disney Parks blog here. Quote, "The need for permanent supportive housing to help address homelessness and housing affordability challenges is impacting nearly every city throughout California. Today, the Disneyland Resort," and that will not today, but today being the day that they published the article. Today, the Disneyland Resort announced a commitment of $5 million in grant funding to the newly revitalized Orange County Housing Trust, the first contribution by a private donor to support housing plans in Anaheim. Big shout out to Disneyland, Alex. I guess Alex and Kris, since you both live in California. What are your thoughts on Disney giving $5 million to help fight homelessness in Anaheim?
I think that is a wonderful idea. I think that we do have a really bad problem with homelessness. And every time I go somewhere, it's like you can't walk like 10 feet without like walking past a homeless person. And like, as far as I know, the best way to fight homelessness is literally to give them a house to live in. So, that's, so it's really great. And then of course there will be other support systems for these people to be able to help themselves get back on their feet. But the very first thing to fighting homelessness, as far as I know, is literally to give them a place to live. Oh my lord,
Matt, what are you doing? I'm sorry, Alex. Matt just switched to like a freaking like 200% zoomed in face cam.
He's getting ready to do his ASMR.
Oh, sorry, keep going, Alex. I'm sorry.
No, I finished.
Oh, you finished? Okay.
Yeah, you see, you thought you interrupted me because you normally do, but then you didn't.
Oh my goodness. This is the kind of amazing fun we have when we have Kris on the show, you guys. But Kris, what are your thoughts?
Instead of Matt being the punching bag, they both punched me. So.
Welcome to this week's episode of Everest Evening, you guys. Kris is our guest. Kris, what are your thoughts on Disneyland Resort announcing $5 million to help support housing in Anaheim?
I think it's a good thing, but then 5 million. I mean, I think for maybe 100 households, 5 million is a bit. But considering the fact that there's a lot of households out there that don't get enough money, 5 million is like nothing. It's if you split it among all the houses, it's probably like maybe maximum 10,000 per house. Mm-hmm. It's really not much, but I mean, at least Disney is doing something to support these people. I mean, that's my opinion on it.
Well, as me, not living in California, I would have to agree with you guys as well. I'm glad Disney's doing something to help fight homelessness. I agree with Alex. I've seen a couple people on the streets down when I visit. Hopefully this will help them find the home and the warmth that they need in the future. And on that note, I'd like to give a quick shout out to Oscar on Twitter for being my 1,000th Twitter follower. So shout out to @NOEYEBOB. Noe-Ebob. I think that's how it's pronounced.
Oh, I should have followed you with my other Twitter account.
Then I would have shouted out Kris. But
yes.
But a big shout out to Noe-Ebob on Twitter. If you want, you can follow him. But if you also want, you can follow me because I just hit 1,000 followers on Twitter. So eat that, Disney, with your 10 million.
Congratulations, both of you.
That's why I'm wearing my special hat, my special 50th anniversary.
I don't know nothing about that newfangled Twitter account thingy on them apps.
Thank you, Alex. It's.
Oh wait, one more thing about the Captain Marvel thing. I saw it when I was walking. They actually are. They're not finished with the meet and greet yet. They're still expanding it. You know where they used to keep all the arcade machines for like the Tron event. If you guys they're so that the doors are open, and right outside those doors they had a model jet plane. It was like a giant, like from the movies. So I was all under wrap. I was like in a bunch of plastic around it. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna bring that sooner or later. I don't know when. So they're gonna probably move her into the shed and have the plane in front of there.
Interesting, a fighter jet.
Yeah. It's a fighter jet right in front of the thing. Yeah. If they don't open it up next Saturday, you can see it on my video I'm posting next week. California walkthrough.
Shameless plug. You guys do know Kris has a YouTube channel, right? And you guys watching. I don't think a lot of people know that his name is Kris, but he has a YouTube channel. You might have heard of it. LMGVids. Link will be in the description below. Really amazing ride-throughs and walkthroughs as he just started doing recently. I think you started expanding to Walt Disney World, didn't you, just recently?
I did recently.
LMGVids. Hello, LMGVids.
Everyone uses his videos, LMGVids videos, for like everything. Especially like offhand, Disney uses a lot of his footage and stuff like that. And then remember, Kris, you and I went to the to that. What was it? That that
was in Disneyland.
The pop-up.
Yeah, that's right. They freaking they stole some of my footage and smacked it in the video.
You got okay. So everybody that's listening, there was this gallery for this guy who was selling off all his Disney stuff, and it was all being it was an exposition in LA, and you could go there. And I went there and I filmed a vlog about it. And when we were going through the Tomorrowland area of the exhibit where all the ride vehicles were for Tomorrowland, they had this video playing. And in the video that they made, they used Kris's footage. And Kris was like telling the guy, like, hey, that's my footage, right? Like, and they were just like, oh, is it? Well, we didn't know.
I think
I don't mind them taking it, but it was just kind of funny. And like, of all places, that was the last place to see for me to go, hey, look, that's my footage. That's just so weird.
I think that vlog is actually up on my channel. Alex's vlog.
It's a
right,
venture
yeah.
one. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that short-lived idea Alex and I had.
Matt stole the rights to it, so.
I'm
just kidding.
I'm not really a fan of making vlogs, you know. I realized that this past year when I made my first vlog. I mean, they're okay, but I don't really like having to have my camera out, like recording every second of my day. Do you guys know what I mean? I'd rather just chillax.
It's tough.
I'd rather just like
very
take
tough.
pictures with my camera instead of like filming
Especially
myself.
when like 90% of the people you walk by stare at you.
Yeah, or like they
Oh my
jump behind
gosh.
you and like, hi, it was video. But
I get that.
Oh yeah, like what
all
happened
the
with
time.
Alex's vlog when that random old dude just jumped
it
behind
was
him.
so creepy.
It was pretty funny, but
If you guys don't
yeah,
know,
like,
but yeah, Alex is.
yeah, like if
Yeah, go ahead.
what? Okay, I don't know who's talking.
Go ahead, Alex.
I was just gonna say that like it's like tough to vlog because like everyone thinks like, oh, Alex goes to Disneyland every week, but it's like I don't even get to enjoy the rides I go on because I'm busy filming them and trying to capture like good footage that's usable. So it's like I completely have to ignore the ride and focus on what I'm filming.
Yeah,
Exactly the same as me.
yeah, I
And it
realize that
stresses,
too.
and it also stresses me out when like you have those guests, those like teenage guests who are trying to be funny and they can't joke around.
Yeah,
And they start doing stuff, and it completely ruins the shot.
Oh,
It's just
yeah, and then you have
I
to
do that
refilm.
all. Yeah. And it's like I'm like, oh, I do it all freaking
Oh
again.
jeez, yeah.
I hate that.
This one girl actually made it into my first of my new vlog, and you guys can see it right now. If you go to Alex the Historian Vlog 1, at the very end, she's doing this weird squatting exercise in the background.
Oh no,
And
I saw that. I saw that.
I
That's
didn't
right.
notice that happened until I came home, and I was like, great, now I can't reshoot that, you know? It was so weird what she was doing in the background.
let's see, shall we?
The re-uploaded one, right?
Yes, the re-upload one.
What
remember
part of the
seeing
video
it.
was it in, Alex?
The very end where I'm saying goodbye to people.
Very end. She was squatting. What?
She's just like in the background doing this weird squatting, like just really awkward squatting exercise thing. And like I'm just there trying to say goodbye to people. And I didn't even know she was back there doing it.
Oh, I see. Oh my gosh.
It was like I couldn't do anything about it. I couldn't reshoot the footage because I had pretty much already uploaded it to YouTube.
But, I mean, your friend tried to cover it up at the last second,
Yeah.
and then it was kind of too late.
Wait here. I'll show it on. I'll show it right here for you guys watching at home. I'll try to zoom in because it's kind of funny when Eric's head just pops in at the end. All right. So this is on Alex's vlog, his first vlog. Let's see if it'll play.
Sponsor.
There it is.
Thank you all very much.
You can see her
And
squatting
have
over
a
there,
massive-
and Eric's face
Sponsorship.
pops
Oh wait, they're doing squatting matches. See, the girl in the back is doing it too.
Oh my god.
They're like trying to see who.
Oh
can
wait,
go
yeah,
lower.
no, yeah. What the heck? Oh, that's so. And then Eric. Oh my gosh. Wonderful stuff here on the Everest Evenings podcast, you guys.
Very, very interesting.
We should get to the actual.
We should. We're be here
Yeah.
all day just talking
I know.
about, just making fun of our videos.
We got some great topics for you guys. Starting, well, I guess ending with Galaxy's Edge, but we'll be starting with our first topic of the day. The Disney Plus streaming service is supposed to feature their entire film library, basically ending the Disney Vault. This is very big news, you guys, for those Blu-ray collectors, I guess, of
As myself.
such as Alex, yeah. For those collectors of all the Disney films, according to WDW News today, that's where I got this information from. Many of the animated classics would be released on home video for a limited time before they were put back in the Disney Vault to be released again after several years. That's basically the sort of cycle they had, where the Disney Vault came from. It's unknown what TV shows will be offered as well. Here's fingers crossed that they'll have HD versions of The Wonderful World of Disney and all those other kinds of
Oh
TV
man,
shows.
I hope so.
Ooh, that'd be so interesting.
Yeah, that'd be sort of a deal breaker for me. But what are your guys' thoughts? Let's start with Kris. What are your thoughts on Disney Plus having the entire Disney animated film library on the service?
My question is, how much of it is it going to be? 100% of it, or the amount the amount of films they? Okay, I'm gonna word this correctly. Are they going to include Song of the South or no? That's my main question.
No.
Yeah, probably not.
Because that's part of the Disney movie. You know, I'm just like Song of the South.
It is, but it's like something that they want to bury.
You know, I watched Song of the South just the other day for the first time with my dad, and it wasn't too bad. I was talking to Jeremy about it while I was watching it, and it's not the best Disney movie, but you know, it's also not the worst Disney movie. I think it gets a lot of flack when it comes to being illegal. Is it illegal to? I don't think it's like illegal to.
It's not illegal. There's a lot of other movies out there where they portray, slaves in a very negative manner. I mean, that's a very happy way to look at slaves, to be honest.
I mean, I'm not gonna say I have the movie in HD, but I'm not gonna not say that either.
Interesting.
I just spit out my Snapple. Thank you, Alex. Well, yeah, Jeremy did provide Alex and I. Well, I'm not going to say who provide. I'm sorry, Jeremy. I just blew your cover. Someone, a close friend of ours, provided us with a very HD copy of Song of the South that I used in the Splash Mountain video that we put out recently. Well, I guess not recently. I'm sorry, Jeremy. I threw you under the bus. I'm so sorry.
He is going to be hunted down and gutted like a fish.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse is going to come after him.
You're going to be thrown to Disney jail. Good luck.
Yeah. My question with all this is, they say their entire animated film library. I'm wondering if it'll have movies like the direct-to-DVD, direct-to-video sequels, or if it'll just be like the flagships.
That's a good question.
Like if they'll just have Cinderella, not Cinderella 3: A Twist in Time. That's my main question when it comes to this. And my other question,
I think. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were trying to start a discussion.
Oh well, I was going to say my other question is whether or not they'll be available. I guess the movies that are applicable to this, I wonder if they'll be available in sort of 4K Blu-ray quality on the service, because I know with Netflix now you do have to pay an extra fee to be able to watch 4K content. So that's another question that I have, because 4K is, it's on the rise. A lot of people are getting 4K TVs, but Kris, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, just like some of the stuff, I'm pretty sure they don't want people knowing about those really terrible sequels. Mm-hmm. Like, do you want to be educating people, re-educating people that, retelling people that Little Mermaid had 4 movies?
It had 4 movies.
Yeah, but it could be one of those cult things, like Disney might try to turn it into like it's so bad it's cool kind of thing.
That's true too.
I mean, I do have a signed copy of Cinderella 3: A Twist in Time. So that I'd be really happy if they included Cinderella 3: A Twist in Time on their Disney Plus.
Bryce McKenzie, Disney's Dinosaur was a good movie. Okay, just because it's not so well known doesn't mean it was a bad movie.
Well, I mean, it is pretty well known. It has its own ride, so they literally rethemed the ride over in Animal Kingdom to even though they made the ride worse, but arguably, but it does have its own ride, so.
Thanks for correcting me.
No, I wasn't. I was adding to your point.
Yeah. So it's unknown, like I said, whether or not what TV shows will be offered as well. I'm assuming the way they've made this out to be is that they're gonna have like every single piece of Disney media on this streaming service. But I don't know if they'll have like Disney Channel TV shows like Zack and Cody, someone pointed out.
Oh God, I hope not.
What's wrong with Zack and Cody?
Yeah, Zack and Cody was a great show. You don't like Zack and Cody, Alex?
It was when they took the cruise ship into space was when it got a little kind of
Okay.
crazy.
Most of those Disney Channel shows, if you took out the laugh track, you would realize how not funny it is.
Yeah, you know, that's true. I do despise
That's
TV
true.
shows with laugh tracks. Yeah,
Like-
very true.
Okay, I know this isn't Disney, but I was actually watching a YouTube video of someone uploaded a video of iCarly
That one.
without the laugh track, and it was so awkward, like the things that they said and did, and it was like the only thing that carried that show was the laugh track.
Yeah, you know, I've seen that video, and it's very true. I do hate laugh tracks. I could talk a long time about this topic, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
We should
I
probably
just
stick to Disney.
yeah, we should probably stick to
Very
Disney
true.
Plus.
Wait. What was it? Who owned the original trilogy again? Was it 20th Century?
Yeah, that was 20th
Trilogy
century.
of what?
Star Wars. Right?
Oh, so since they bought 20, okay, they're fine then. I was gonna say, oh, how is Disney gonna show the original trilogy if no company owns them? But I just realized 20th Century owns them, and Disney owns 20th Century, so
Yeah.
it's not really a big problem anymore.
Well, that was the interesting thing, is because Disney may have owned Lucasfilm and technically Star Wars, but had they not bought 20th Century, they wouldn't have had the distribution rights to distribute it. And now that they bought that, it's like now they can just distribute it wherever they want.
Disney can now release the original cut. That is huge, you guys. Disney now has the ability to release the unedited, I guess, non-prequelified, non-special editions. That's the word, special editions. Disney can now, I guess, release the original cuts of the original trilogy, which would be very awesome
I
to
don't
see.
know. I heard that George Lucas got rid of the original version of Star Wars.
George Lucas says a lot of things, and I don't believe a lot of the things he says, because he did make the Star Wars prequels. So yeah, I don't put a lot of trust
He
into
also
the-
made the first 3 episodes, so
I mean, you know, that's true. You know, I read something interesting on Reddit the other day. I read that the intro theme, you know, like the popular theme to Star Wars, was made so that the 20th century theme would fade almost seamlessly into the Star Wars theme. I read that the other day on the internet, and I feel pretty proud that I know that
But
it's that fact.
how what? Like, that doesn't make sense, because right after the 20th century theme, there's like silence.
Yeah, you know,
And
that's
then
what
it
I was
goes-
thinking too. It shows the Lucasfilm. Yeah,
well,
I don't know.
mean,
How does that
was
fade
like-
into it? Like, it's a surprising da-da-da, you know, like it doesn't even like.
maybe whoever wrote that was deaf. Well, it was like close to deaf, and they're like, "Oh wow, it fades really well."
Yeah.
Ay. Anyways, let's move on to our main topic of the day. Well, I guess before we get into the main topic, here's this very lovely recent satellite image of Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland. If you guys were wondering what that looked like, here it
From
is.
here, they all look like little ants.
Thank you.
That sounded like Heimlich. It actually sounded like Heimlich, but like he was like 80 years old.
Oh, I've gotten very old after all these years. I'm a little Indian too. I'm a very multicultural person. Caterpillar, I mean. Yeah.
You guys, this is gonna be. It's just gonna be one of those episodes.
I think I've had too much orange juice.
What? Okay, thank you, Alex. So yeah, here's that lovely image. If you guys would like to screenshot that, use it as your wallpaper on your computer, possibly. But here is some very low-key news that a lot of people didn't know was revealed this past week. The opening dates to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge were revealed this past week. Yeah, not a lot of people knew about this, to be completely honest with you. But we're going to be the ones to help deliver the news to you guys. So Star Wars Galaxy's Edge will open on May 31st in Disneyland and August 29th in Walt Disney World. But there is a
Caveat?
Yes, thank you. There is a caveat for this. Rise of the Resistance, their major e-ticket attraction, supposed to be their most advanced e-ticket dark ride attraction, will not be open in time for these opening dates that they've set. They do say that the attraction will be open sometime later in the year. That could mean December 31st, you guys, is when this attraction could possibly open. But this information is coming from the Disney Parks blog. Link will be in the description below. But for those of you who enjoy more screen-based attractions, Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run will be open in time for the land's opening. So if you guys have just been squirming in your seats trying to pilot the Millennium Falcon, you will be able to starting May 31st in Disneyland. And also the height requirement was revealed, 38 inches for Smuggler's Run. And I believe we said for a few episodes ago, Rise of the Resistance, you will have to be 40 inches to ride. So make sure you guys measure your kids before you plan your vacation. But yeah, apparently Rise of the Resistance won't be open in order to address the high demand that Galaxy's Edge will be having. And that is, Rise of the Resistance will not be open in both parks, East Coast and West Coast. I don't know if I mentioned that. So yeah, first off, before we get into the rest of this, I'd like to hear both of your guys' thoughts on Rise of the Resistance not being open on opening day in Galaxy's Edge, because in my, I don't know, I was sort of flabbergasted when they announced that. But Alex, we'll start with you. What are your thoughts on Rise of the Resistance not being ready for Galaxy's Edge's opening? For the opening of Galaxy's Edge.
You know, actually, it's kind of funny because right as I was like gonna answer about that, Freddie in the comments, or not comments, but the chat said exactly what I was thinking. There's rumors that Rise of the Resistance is suffering from major complications and hence the delay. He says apparently they can't get more than 4 ride vehicles working at once.
No way. What?
I haven't heard that particular part of the rumor, but what I will say is I've been saying from the very beginning that how complicated they planned on making this ride just made it seem like it would be so complicated that it would be hard to make sure this ride even stayed working throughout the day. You know, there's so many things that could go wrong. There's so many parts of the pre-shows that if they don't function correctly could delay the way that they load the ride and stuff like that. And then there's like the fact of the ride itself, which uses tons of these trackless vehicles. It's like, yeah, on paper, these trackless vehicles are perfect, you know, but in reality, they break down a lot. Not because of the way that they're built, it's just that the way that they're programmed is just such, even to this day, however long trackless ride vehicles have been out, they've been having difficulty programming them to work on a consistent basis. You know, so it's just like I kind of knew that they would have delays is all I'm saying. And it's just kind of funny because this kind of confirms it. The fact that they're opening Galaxy's Edge early, and let me reiterate that Disney said they're opening Galaxy's Edge on May 31st ahead of schedule. That means that they're opening the land early. And I think that the reason they're doing that is because they probably didn't want to announce that Rise of the Resistance is going to be delayed. And so instead they're like, you know what, we'll hide it and we'll make it seem like a good thing by opening the rest of the land early. So that way people will think that, oh, well, it's just open early. And of course, not everything's going to be ready, you know, kind of like what they did at Pixar Pier.
That's kind of a weird thing to think. Like, oh yeah, they're opening something new, but not everything will open up. That just sounds so weird to me.
Well, I did tweet that it was giving me flashbacks to Pixar Pier, like Alex said. But then again, I mean, Pixar Pier is on a whole other level compared to, Galaxy's Edge. Pixar Pier was very rushed, and, they didn't plan everything out in advance. Whereas here, they've planned Galaxy's Edge out in advance. When did they announce this? In, 2016 or 2017? Somewhere...
2020...
Was it 2015?
It was before that. Because
it couldn't have been
destroyed the
2014.
river. So that's 2014.
No
2014.
way.
Yeah.
That's 5 whole years. That is crazy to think that this has been in production for 5 whole years. That is just beyond crazy.
It started construction 5 whole years. It probably was 10 years for production.
Oh, well, yeah, true.
It's crazy.
It feels like just yesterday we were talking about the rivers of America getting rerouted. But yeah, anyways. I think it's, I don't know. I just think it's very interesting that they're gonna open this land without their major e-ticket attraction. Okay, they're saying 2015. I knew it was either, one of those years. But Kris, what are your thoughts on Rise of the Resistance being delayed till later in the year?
I don't like the idea of them doing it, but actually it kind of works out for them a little bit in terms of profits. It kind of makes sense because you, instead of having one massive hype wave, you have 2 decently massive hype waves hitting Disneyland and Hollywood studios at once. Mm-hmm. So if I can explain, you have one ride opening, you can have a giant hype wave just to see the land opening, and you have people booking hotels, people buying stuff, blah blah blah, and buying merchandise, and the hype kind of dies down, and then they announce, oh, we're opening up this other ride, and then you have another hype wave come in, which book hotels and buy a bunch of merchandise. So it's just kind of it seems like I want to say it's almost planned, almost like Pixar Pier. It was planned, not like it was an accident. That's what I feel like.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, that is one of the other rumors circulating. This is that they, they're doing this to help ease in the crowds, but I don't really know how effective that's going to be, because a lot of people are still going to end up coming to Galaxy's Edge just to experience it. I mean, I'm sure they'd still come if it opened with no attractions. They just come to, experience the land. But yeah, I don't really know how much of an impact this is going to have on attendance-wise, I guess. But we should get into that. In order to get into the land, you will have to make a no-cost reservation with limited availability, they said. And that is in Disneyland. No reservation is required for Walt Disney World and Hollywood Studios. You must have a park ticket, of course, to get into the land. And in Disneyland, Galaxy's Edge will not be available for extra magic hours or early morning magic, but it will be available for Walt Disney World. Only for guests staying at select Walt Disney World resorts. They haven't really announced how you're going to be able to book your reservation, or what hotels you have to stay at Walt Disney World to get the extra magic hours, whatever it's called. But if you are staying at one of the 3 Disneyland Resort hotels, you will be getting guaranteed reservation into the land. And I did hear from Fresh Baked. I don't know if this is confirmed or not, because I didn't read it anywhere in the Disney Parks blog, but that the reservation will only be available for a few hours. You only have a certain time window to get into the land, to experience the land, and then I guess you'll get kicked out. I don't know. That's what's his face? What is his name from Fresh Baked? Dave. That's what Dave from Fresh Baked said. And I didn't read that on the Disney Parks blog post. I could have missed it because I did skim it. I didn't read the whole thing. But if you guys do have any news information on that, please let me know in the comments to correct me. Guests who are staying. Oh, go ahead.
You know what's? Well, so this is what's really interesting. I forget what day this week did they announce the opening date?
I think it was Thursday, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the morning that Disney announced the opening date of Galaxy's Edge here in Anaheim. Okay, my dad works for one of the hotels at Disneyland Resort, and he said that morning they got flooded with calls for people making reservations to book a room.
Really?
Around May 31st. And it was just going crazy. And the funny thing is that Disney was still in the process of telling people that if they book a room at one of the Disney hotels, they will automatically get a reservation for entering Galaxy's Edge. And so, like, the funny thing is that Disney didn't tell the cast members this.
Really?
So as people are like, yeah, do I get a reservation for Galaxy's Edge? Like, all the cast members are like, no. And so it was just this huge hectic thing, because like everybody is making the reservations because they think they're gonna get into Galaxy's Edge. And then next thing you know, the cast members don't even know anything about it. They're like, no, that's not what's happening, and whatever. And so it's just this huge thing. I think they're starting to correct their mistakes. But the problem is that they can't guarantee that. So right now they can't guarantee the people who have made reservations already for a room around May 31st to have their reservations for Galaxy's Edge yet, because there's literally no system in place for reserving those people into Galaxy's Edge at the moment. So they're like, so eventually when Disney does come up with a reservation system for it, the cast members at the hotels will have to backtrack and go through all the people who are booked and then assign each of them a reservation after the fact. So it's going to be really hectic.
Yeah, I mean, this is just it's all very confusing to me, because they're announcing this, I don't know, like a month and a half, 2 months in advance of this huge land opening. I mean, you'd think that they would announce this at least like 5 months in advance to give cast members, time to get to know, I guess, the system that they're going to use to get the reservations in place.
That's just the problem that I had when I worked for Disney, was they announced a lot of stuff without ever telling cast members first. And so the guests would come to the park already knowing everything about it, and they'd ask us things, and we didn't even have the tools necessary to tell them. Like, for instance, I used to work at Blue Bayou one time as a cook. I came in one morning and I was getting ready to cook, and they're like, my lead just comes in and he goes, "Oh, by the way, our recipes all changed." I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. They're like, "Yeah, we threw out the old menu and we got a whole new menu." I'm like, "Overnight?" They're like, "Yeah." I'm like, how am I supposed to cook a whole new menu worth of food if you guys don't tell me ahead of time and show me how you want the food done? They're just like, "Oh, well, this is this is our new menu and we need you to cook it." And it's like, okay. So for the first week, I was literally inventing my own ways of making their food. They say, "This is our new salmon dish. It comes with a side of this." And I would make it my way, because they literally didn't tell you how to do it. So that's just a small example of everything Disney does. They don't tell the cast members when something changes, and then eventually the cast members have to run to catch up.
That's very, very interesting. I mean, I don't know. For all we know, that these reservations could launch, I don't know, like a month from now, because they haven't given any concrete details on when reservations will go live. And I mean, I'm assuming that they're going to prioritize people staying at the resort hotels over people who just end up making a normal reservation, I guess, on the website. That's just what I'm assuming, though. They could do it a whole different, I don't know, they could prioritize the other random people who aren't staying at the hotel.
I don't know. I think you might be right, though. I think that's the whole reason why I think that's the whole reason why they haven't made any system for people like us to make a free, no-cost reservation, is because they're trying to give people a chance to book a room first. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, it is a pretty genius idea for them to do that, because they're going to be getting a lot of hotel reservations around that time. I can't even imagine. I mean, it's already costs enough to stay at the Disneyland hotel, like, I don't know, like $800 a night on heavy days. They're going to be making a lot of money from this, guys. That's really, I don't know, that's sort of what this boils down to. But Kris, do you have anything to add to what Alex was saying?
Not really much. I mean, it kind of covers everything I wanted to say.
Okay. Well, it is looking like once you book your reservation window, you can't get another one for until another 3 weeks from then. So, again, I got that from Fresh Baked, but go ahead, Alex.
Oh, I was gonna say, which is hilarious, because by the time you finish with your reservation, like, the land will not require reservations after 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's basically, they're just telling people, oh, you get one reservation, and then you're just gonna have to wait till the land no longer needs reservations.
Yeah, that's basically what they're saying. They're saying that you can make a reservation, get into the land once, and then for like another month and a half, you just can't get into the land again until everybody else gets to experience it. And this is what Alex and I were speculating on a few episodes ago, about how they were going to let people into the land once the land opened. I don't really remember what my predictions were. I do remember that they were really good predictions, though. If you guys want to go back and listen in, I don't remember what episode that was. I'm sorry, but yeah. So that's how they're gonna do it. I don't know how they're gonna end up checking the reservations, if they're gonna have like a cast member at the entrance of the land with one of those iPads, like scanning the park tickets. That'd be kind of hilarious to see. I guess another big go ahead.
I'm sorry. This is like your show, but I mean, it's turning into my show anyway. So, okay. So what's really interesting about this whole reservation system thingy-mabobbin is that just because you have a reservation to enter Galaxy's Edge does not mean you will even be able to park. So, I mean, obviously you have to buy park admission, but that's not what I mean. What I mean is, if the park is packed that day, then it doesn't matter if you already purchased admission and you have a reservation for Galaxy's Edge, you're not getting in the park.
Yeah.
So just because you have a reservation for Galaxy's Edge, don't think that means you are gonna get in there.
Yeah, that is.
Or even
very
into
true.
Galaxy's Edge itself, because when Pandora first opened, same with California, they have a maximum amount of people they can allow into a land at once. And on opening day at Pandora, they had the cast members staying outside to make sure, only a set amount of people, I don't know how much, maybe 7,000 people can go in there at once. So every time a person stepped out, another person can go in. A person steps out, person goes in. So even if you have reservations, that probably means that you might have to wait in line just to get into the land, to wait in more lines to ride a ride. So
yeah, and that brings up what I was going to say, is where are they going to house all the people who are waiting to get into the land with their reservations? Are they going to have a line all the way down Big Thunder Trail? I don't think they're going to. I mean, it could boil down to like a red carpet, I don't know, felt chain link. I don't know. They could have chain link fences separating the people in line to get into Galaxy's Edge from the people who are just trying to get from I don't know, Big Thunder Mountain to Fantasyland. It's going to be very interesting.
And they could arm cast members with cattle prods.
I mean, yeah, they could totally do that. And you know, all these details being released makes me more excited that Alex and Kris are going to be there opening day so they can document this. Because I really want to see, not just opening day, maybe just like opening week as well. I want to see how they're going to end up corralling these thousands and thousands of people who not only want to get into the park, but who also want to get into Galaxy's Edge, who have made reservations, but who just can't get into the land because the land has hit capacity. And you know there's going to be more people wanting to get into the land than there are people wanting to come out of the land. So I don't really know how Disney is going to regulate all of this, because with at least in Florida, I guess, they have the whole Magic Band system. They can, I don't know, set up like some fast pass style scanner to scan your Magic Band that allow you to get into the land. But they don't have that at Disneyland. They just have
but you know what
app.
else Florida has that they can take advantage of? If they want people to leave the land so that way they can get more people to come into it, you know, keep the crowds moving, they could just turn off the air conditioning.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, yeah, that's very true. That is a very good point. But I totally lost track of what I was going to say. Yeah, I don't remember what I was going to say. But yeah, I'm just very excited that Alex and Kris, and hopefully me, will be there opening week maybe of Galaxy's Edge. I'm trying to think, what do you guys think the best time to arrive at the park would be? If you wanted to get there, if you wanted to be guaranteed access, if you have a reservation, if you want to get to the park as early as you can, what time do you think would be best to get there? 2:30 in the morning.
Yes, people are crazy. On
I
a
think that's a good
regular
prediction.
day, people start walking out there at 4:30 in the morning. Okay.
Oh, see, I would have said 3 p.m. the week before.
Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, that is also a very good prediction. I'd say 2 in the morning is a good guesstimate as to when people... I mean, you got to know, there's going to be people who will be there. Do they allow people... If you get there at like 12:30, I don't know, if they allow people to like camp out overnight to wait to get into the park? Do they allow them to do that?
I mean, homeless people camp out overnight on the bus stations, so I'm pretty sure they're allowed.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah, the homeless people want to get a head start on the bus line. Yeah.
That's also very true.
I'm sorry, that's terrible. Like, no, but you know, Disney technically they have a rule against people camping out in generally. But during super special events like this, where like a whole land is opening and it's going to be an unprecedented amount of people, they might make exceptions to that rule.
Freddie says, there will be an overnight line, but I think guests will not be allowed to camp because they have to clean the resort. The line will be on harbor by the drop-off. I think that's a very good prediction.
Yeah.
Because I do believe that they like... wet down all the area in the Esplanade, I think, and I don't really think guests want to be like hosed down while they try to sleep to wake up at 2 in the morning to get to the land.
But they could always like not hose it down though.
I mean, yeah, that's true. I don't even know what the purpose of hosing it down. Power wash is what Freddie said. That's a better way of, instead of saying hosing something down.
Oh, that's right. So I'm pretty sure Star Wars Land is going to be maybe a little less popular than 24-hour event. Just maybe a little less. Just saying, I came to the park at 4 o'clock for the 24-hour event, and the line from the drop-off area was already back to, you know, where the buses kind of where they kind of turn in. Yeah, that's where the line was at 4:30 in the morning. Now, 24-hour event is very popular, but I mean, this Star Wars Land is pretty popular as well. So maybe, yeah, maybe 2:30 is a little too late.
Well, I hope you guys are prepared, because if I end up going with you guys, I'm gonna be there by 1 in the morning. At the latest, I'll take a nap. I'll bring my sleeping bag. I'll bring my tent if I have to. We can all get in my tent and take a little nap before they let us into Disneyland itself. I'm very excited. We can like make s'mores. Maybe they'll let us set up like a bonfire type thing in the Esplanade. I don't know.
We can have some s'mores with other people.
We can have
dress up like
some smos with other people.
some smos. I'll dress up like a Wookiee.
Yeah. I mean, they do allow adults to dress up in costumes in Galaxy's Edge, so that is a possibility. Not the Killing Type says some Star Wars fans could use a good hose
They don't
down.
let you dress up in Disneyland, but let you dress up in Galaxy's Edge.
You know, yeah,
Yeah,
I
how's that
read
gonna
that.
work?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so if you're able to sneak into Galaxy's Edge with a costume, you're fine. But if you want to enter respectively, you can't get in.
I'm thinking it'll work. They'll allow people to dress up with the costumes they buy in the land, but they still won't allow like adults to bring in their own, I don't know, Kylo Ren mask or something. I think that might be how it'll go down. Freddy's just dropping all sorts of rumors in the chat. There is a rumor Disney is considering doing a 24-hour event for June 23rd when reservations are not required.
That will be insane.
You know, I'm starting to think that Freddy is the one starting rumors.
The reason why they canceled the freaking 24-hour event was it was just too crazy. I mean, imagine if they do that combined with 24-hour event. That's gonna freaking Disneyland is gonna be packed. Like, gonna be like, I can't even explain it. Like, the regular 24-hour event was crazy enough. Imagine combining Star Wars Land with that. No, I just can't.
I mean, I don't know. Star Wars fans will do anything to get a taste of that blue milk. So I mean, I don't know where I was going with that, but I think one of the
we want to know where you're going.
Anyways, we already, I guess, yeah. The one thing I'm really wondering about is, like I said, where they're going to be housing all the people who have a reservation. Like, the way I'm thinking that this is going to go, a guest makes a reservation on the Disneyland website when they buy their tickets, and it'll give them maybe like 1 in the afternoon to 5, or maybe 1 in the afternoon to like 4 in the afternoon as their time slot to be in Galaxy's Edge. But I'm trying to wonder how they're going to manage that, because what if they end up with, like, I don't know, 300 people? I guess 300's not that many people, but what if they end up with a lot of people with the same reservation time? And I don't know, where are they going to house all those people waiting to get in line at like 12:50? I don't know.
Well,
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, you started talking first, but I thought you finished talking, so I just.
Perhaps my experience with opening day of World of Color might shed some light on how they do this. So when I was a cast member when World of Color debuted, and the thing that they did back then was they made you line up over by Grizzly River Run, and I don't know if they still do, so forgive me because I haven't seen World of Color in like years. But anyway, they made you line up along the trail of Grizzly River Run, and sometimes the line would back up all the way to Soarin' from Mermaid. So, and then what they did was they didn't let you line up if you weren't part of that time slot. Like, they had weird time slots. So they had a line for every section of the viewing area, right? So there was like section A, section B, section C, and they changed that. Sometimes it was section blue, section yellow, section red. So that did change. So forgive me if it doesn't sound like what it was when you were there. But yeah, and so they would say, okay, if you're section blue, part A, then you line up at like 7 o'clock. If you're section blue part B, then you line up at 7:30 and stuff like that. And so like they staggered it like that. And if you showed up like too early, and I mean like a minute too early, they told you couldn't get in line. So I'm wondering if what they'll do with Galaxy's Edge, because I was talking with another cast member and he speculated that they're going to use Big Thunder Trail as where to line up to enter Galaxy's Edge. And it might be a really long zigzagging line with lots of switchbacks going all the way to the Mark Twain dock Big Thunder might even be closed that day in order to allow for space. And then I was thinking maybe on top of that, since you might get time slots from which that you could like visit Galaxy's Edge, you may not be able to even get in line if it's not time for your time slot to get in line.
Yeah. I don't know. That is a good... I don't know. I guess there's no good idea on how to do this. I was gonna say that's a good idea, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just excited to see all the mayhem ensue. I'm excited to see all the parents yelling at the cast members with their kid crying in their right next to while they're holding their hand, crying because they can't get into the land because they forgot to make a reservation. But yeah, let's see. I don't want to linger.
I should do a video on that. Just stand at the entrance, just put the tripod there, and pour all the kids crying.
That is a great. Oh my gosh. That is a great idea, Kris. You actually need to do that. I feel like a lot of people would watch that. I would.
You would?
I'd watch that. No, yeah, I'd watch that.
I have a really sad story, but it doesn't pertain to Galaxy's Edge. It does have to do with Disneyland, though.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So the dinosaurs on the Disneyland Railroad are currently on vacation right now. And so they have the whole tunnel for the Primeval World section blocked off. And the funny thing was, I was on the train the other day, and like this kid and his mom was sitting next to me. The kid might have been like 4, and the mom was telling him like, oh, you're really gonna like this part because they have dinosaurs and whatever, and the kid was like so excited. He was wearing a little dinosaur t-shirt and everything. Like he loved dinosaurs. And I'm thinking the whole time like, like there's no dinosaurs right now, and I thought about telling her to warn her, but I know from experience that sometimes people don't want to hear bad news from another guest. They'd rather just either experience the bad news or hear it from a cast member. And so I just kind of stayed quiet. And so as we passed the Grand Canyon diorama, we went into the Primeval World area, and it's completely blocked off with scrims and stuff like that. You couldn't see anything. And the music starts playing, and the kid's looking around like at his mom like, where's the dinosaurs, and so she's like, I don't know, and the conductor goes on the speaker thing and says, our dinosaurs are on vacation,
no.
and stuff like that. And so it's like really sad because the kid's like looking around frantically for dinosaurs, and he's like, where's the dinosaurs, and then like we exit the tunnel, and the mom was just like, oh, I'm sorry, they said the dinosaurs are on vacation. And the kid just stared forward as we just entered the station, and he's just staring there. And I'm like looking over to my left just to see if he's okay, and there are tears coming down his cheeks. Like I was just like, oh my God, that like I was so sad when I saw that happen. And the kid the mom like took the kid off the train, and his head was just hanging the whole time. It was just, oh my God, so sad.
At least the conductor didn't say the dinosaurs went extinct.
Matt, why?
No, Matt. Just no.
That is really sad. I hate to see people crying, especially kids like that in Disneyland.
It depends for me. Like sometimes they cry when they deserve it. Like when they're stupid.
That's completely different. Yeah.
Yeah. But there was like a little kid, and then he's just, I feel really sad too.
With his little dinosaur t-shirt and everything.
No. That's so sad. I'm gonna have nightmares because of that, Alex. I'm gonna have nightmares that I'm the kid and that I can't see the dinosaurs anymore. But I guess moving on, we still have more to talk about regarding the announcements that they recently made.
We still have more to talk about? It's only been 81 minutes.
It's already been an hour. Gosh. This is going to be a great stream, you guys. Well, there's just a little bit left from this last bit of news dump that Disney provided with us. There will be no fast passes for, I was going to say for the attractions in Galaxy's Edge, but there's only going to be one attraction. There will be no fast passes available or max pass for Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. I'm guessing for the first few months, maybe, until they stop doing the reservations, and then maybe they'll let guests book their fast passes at Walt Disney World and in Disneyland. There will also be no annual pass preview and no paid preview of the land. There will be a press preview, though. So you won't be able to get into the land early if you have an annual pass, like you, I don't know what other lands they did that for. But the one big bombshell that they have not dropped any new details on is whether or not the new parking structure will be ready by May 31st in the Disneyland Resort, because they provided no updates on whether or not it will be. Yeah, that's the one thing that's sort of lingering there, is if they're going to have enough parking places to have people park their vehicles in for the grand opening of this major land. It'd be kind of silly if they didn't have it ready by then. I'm guessing the workers are trying to go in overdrive. They've got their monsters ready to chug down, and I don't know. Do they use hammers to like hammer nails when they're building a parking structure? I don't know.
No.
They probably just have cement trucks? I don't know.
Rebar and cement?
Yeah, rebar. I mean, I'm not a construction worker, you guys. But yeah, so we'll keep you updated on whether or not they make any announcements regarding the new parking structure, if it'll be open in time by then. Because parking is pretty scarce in Disneyland on busy days. And yeah, that's all we have. Do you guys have any closing thoughts on any of this new information that Disney dropped on us?
I just want to tell Alex to look at the chat, because this might be something he might be really excited about, what Freddie said.
Let's see.
The Steam Train CM said the Ellen's universe...
I'm sorry. I'm in the process of...
Oh.
Steam Train's customer said the LM's Universe of Energy dinos have been brought to Disneyland to replace and repair the... What? No. Come on. No, because you know why? They do have a very large door on the side of the diorama where they brought the dinosaurs in. But in order to move the dinosaurs in and out through that door, they would have to demolish the floors and everything of the diorama just to get them in and out, because they literally built the dinosaurs into the building. So,
Interesting. Food for thought, I guess.
Right, interesting.
I swear I had more to talk about on this, but I guess we covered pretty much everything. Other than the fact that in Hollywood Studios you will not need a reservation to get in. So I guess, Hollywood Studios is prepared to handle bigger crowds like that compared to little old Disneyland. Yeah.
well, yeah, because it's already empty to begin with.
Oh! Burn. That was epic. Thank you, Alex.
It is. I can confirm that. I mean, before Toy Story Land opened, like everything was like literally 15 minutes for the whole day. It was insane. Like I got fast passes for Tower of Terror and for three Rock and Roller Coaster and something else. I didn't even need them. That's how I went Rock and Roller Coaster 7 times because it was just like there's no one freaking there.
Poor Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, they really need a Star Wars land. Disneyland doesn't need a Star Wars land. It's too freaking crowded already.
Yeah, but they went ahead and did it anyways, those mad lads.
Yep.
All right, I guess, yeah, if you guys have any other thoughts in the chat, in the comments, please drop them. We'd love to hear your theories on how Disneyland's going to help manage the crowds. And we will keep you updated if any new information is revealed. But moving on, I guess, to our last topic. I had something smaller planned after this next topic, but we don't have to. We've already been going for like an hour and 10 minutes, but
We can make it 2 hours. It's fine.
I mean, we can't. If you guys want to be here for another hour, we can definitely do that because we have a lot. This is the 50th anniversary Disneyland Mickey ears. In case someone was wondering in chat. This one's not the embroidered one. I have one embroidered with my name, Matthew, up above me. It's the one I wore last time. But there was new details revealed about how guests will be able to interact with Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And I think we announced this last week. It's going to be using the Play Disney Parks app, which will allow guests to interact with various objects in Galaxy's Edge. Big shout out to those who don't own a smartphone, who will not be able to experience these, I guess, sort of extra bonus features for the land. I think Mateo was sort of upset. I don't know if he doesn't have a smartphone, because that they're going to be doing this exclusively on the Play Disney Parks app. But I guess in case you guys don't know what the Play Disney Parks app, it's an app you can download on your iPhone. They will allow like different spots in different queues, I believe, for various attractions to help pass the time while you're waiting in line. They have like mini games and stuff, or like I think a majority of them are like yes or no quizzes with like very easy trivia. So I mean, take that I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how that
The butcher strikes again.
Yeah, but Play Disney Parks app. There will be 4 different functions to the Play Disney Parks app when you're in Galaxy's Edge, and that is hack, scan and translate, eavesdropping, and getting hired. This is coming from WDW News today. I'm gonna go over all the different features that this
Oh, please. I eavesdrop
has.
all the time. I don't need an app for that.
Oh, boy. I'm going to hope to the Disney gods that it's not going to be as laggy as the current Disney Parks app. There's sometimes you click on things, it's just like, can you go? Can you go? And you click on it, and then it goes to the next place, but it registers that click from last time to another thing, and it's just like, oh, it's stressful. So hopefully they flesh out this app enough, because I do not want to be messing around with something that's freaking glitchy and slow.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I think a lot of it has to do with the cellular coverage in Disneyland itself as well. I feel like that contributes a lot to it.
Actually, on the railroad, this is where the train goes by right here. This is actually where I tend to upload my stuff. It goes fastest. So behind the railroad, or where the railroad is right now, that's where the signal and coverage is really strong. So I'm pretty sure even without Wi-Fi, they can handle it.
Okay.
Where on the railroad?
Where the against the river. So basically right in front of Star Wars Land. That's where
So
I get my.
You're saying the force is strong with the app.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Alex just did that. Yeah, the Play Disney Parks app, it's a fine app to those casual, I guess, like families who go once a year, who want that kind of stuff. I don't know. It's an alright app, but like I said, I'm going to be going over all the different functions of this app that's going to be pertaining to Galaxy's Edge, so buckle in.
Oh boy.
First is hack, you guys. I'm going to be quoting. Quote, since the First Order arrived at Black Spire Outpost, they've started uploading a surveillance system to the door control panels to monitor what's going on in the outpost, says Anisha Deshmani, I don't know, an assistant producer with Imagineering who helped develop the interactive elements. Quote, obviously, the Resistance may not want their actions to be tracked. They'd like to fly under the radar, so they're trying to fight back. There are scores of these surveillance boxes embedded in the walls around the town. I'm guessing they're assuming Galaxy's Edge is the town. You can use the Play Disney app to quote-unquote hack into them by solving a simple puzzle. Oh my god. And then you can choose to either deactivate them to help the resistance or reactivate them to help aid the First Order. As time goes on, the game runs out and the winner is declared. So I guess it's like a mini game where you get to solve math puzzles, maybe? I mean, if that doesn't scream Star Wars to you guys, then I don't know what does. Second function, scan and translate. The Play Disney app will read markers on containers and buildings that reveal a little more about what's inside. On the Rise of the Resistance and Millennium Falcon Smugglers Run rides, it'll pass the time in line by filling you in on facts about the impending missions. Some of the labels will be encrypted, so users will have to solve a simple puzzle as a decryption key that will allow them to reveal the contents.
So it's like Indiana Jones, what they used to do a long time ago, but on your phone.
Except it's on your phone, so they don't have to hand out the cards. I guess this is neat. I mean, I don't want to do like math games while I wait in line, though. I mean, I'm sure they won't be math games, but you know what I mean. Quote:
What if it was like calculus?
Oh my Lord.
Solve for B to help the resistance.
What is the quadratic? You solve for the you have to use the quadratic formula, and then you're giving it to like 4-year-olds and stuff. And just...
I hope that's what it is. Cool math games, Sam. Yeah, it'll be just like cool math games. Quote: As you walk through, there are amazing languages written on the walls and carved into stone, says Imagineering concept designer Casey Ging. Quote, you'll hear characters speaking in their native alien tongue. The Translate app is a way for you to actually understand what they're talking about. You can automatically hear audio or scan one of the written text. So, yeah. Number 3 is eavesdropping.
So, wait. I'm just kind of curious about this. Well, do you like point your phone up to it and it hears the audio and it translates it?
I mean,
cool. Or
I think... I don't know. It's all very vague, and this doesn't sound very interesting to me. I'll get into this after I finish reading off the rest of this. Right. But the third, eavesdropping, you guys. This means listening in on the broadcasts happening between... I'm quoting from the article. This isn't me making this stuff up. This means listening in on the broadcasts happening between the Resistance, First Order, and various underworld gangs. There's quote, there is communications going through all the antennas that you see scattered about, says Ging. Excuse me. To get an idea of what those transmissions are, open your tuning tool. Dang, comes with an FM radio, and you can locate transmissions that are being passed back and forth. Sometimes between factions, sometimes just between villagers. The Play Disney app allows visitors to engage with some of the full-scale droids rolling around the village. Well, this is the 4th with jobs, which will help them learn more about the word on the street and who is looking for help. Visitors can also sign on to take quote-unquote jobs with characters like Hondo Okana, the pirate profiteer of the Millennium Falcon, who may ask you to help him by finding and transmitting schematics from a First Order starship. There will be points and rewards for completing tasks, adding heft to your digital Star Wars profile. But the main thing visitors get is a more personal involvement with the story of Galaxy's Edge. Quote, the ship schematics becomes... Okay, this is not important. Anyways, that's basically the gist of it. Now, I'd like to share my thoughts on this because when Disney first announced Galaxy's Edge, they said something along the lines of it being very interactive. And now, at the time, I had no idea what they meant by interactive. Little did I know, the interactivity would come from an iPhone app that you have to download on Disney's very slow Wi-Fi. I don't know. I can't say that I'm disappointed in Disney because I know it does sound like I don't know, like some 10-year-olds would have a lot of fun solving puzzles for the First Order or helping the Resistance find their lost droid. I don't know. Oh, I think the app is iPhone and Android. I could be wrong. I have it on my iPhone, so I know it's I know it's on iPhone, but I don't know about Android. But yeah, I don't think this is for me. I'll try one of the functions once, maybe, because I don't know. It just doesn't sound very interesting to me.
No, it doesn't. It sounds, if you want to ask me, this whole app thing sounds so boring. Like, I would rather exploring the land than to bother with the app.
The thing for this is that, well, I learned from company advertising is typically when you hear it, if it sounds exciting, it will probably be mediocre. If it doesn't sound exciting, it is probably really bad. So,
I mean, that's true.
That must be good for the pitch.
Yeah. I meant to explain that a little better, but basically, yeah.
You walk into a room full of bankers. Okay, my idea is extremely boring, so you're gonna want that.
Basically, I mean, I don't really know what I expected from them when they announced that this was going to be a very interactive land. I mean, my main thing was going to be like the cast members, how they played a part, I guess, in the story of the land and helped, I don't know, explain the lore of the land, I guess. But you know, if I wanted to learn the lore of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, I'd watch all 10 seasons of Star Wars The Clone Wars, which I'm not going to do. That was like supposed to be a joke, but...
Oh, it wasn't funny. But you know what? When they said it was going to be very interactive, I was thinking like Toontown. You know?
Yeah, like, with like this physical stuff.
Oh, like the gimmicky interactions?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I thought like there would be like a lot of like little things that like you can press or step on, or, you know, levers you can push down, doors you can open, things like that. Like I thought it would be interactive in that way. You know?
Yeah.
Like...
Well, maybe it is. It's just trying to show off the new feature.
I mean, yeah, they could still have, like, you know, physical, interactive stuff, like Alex said. But I guess what they're pushing is this app.
There's going to be some other stuff, too, like on their Disney Imagineering YouTube channel, Disney Research YouTube channel. They were starting off with this new technology where they can use water and, I think, oil. And they can, and another person, a puppeteer, can how to say, they can puppet an animatronic, real time. They can sit behind a wall and puppet an animatronic, so it can pick up stuff, like it can throw stuff. It can, you know, it can, like, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna incorporate that into Star Wars. So like, you can interact with like other. I'm doing quotations in there. You can interact with like other aliens and such. With like you can like maybe do like the high five or whatever. You can touch them. I don't know. You can trade stuff with them.
I mean, yeah, because they had
I feel
that,
like yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say they had that like walk around droid in the carousel theater. What is that place called?
Lunch Bay.
And
they had all the kids jumped on.
Yeah, they had. I mean,
oh my gosh, yeah.
They had. I guess that's sort of what I was expecting as well. And they do mention that you're going to be able to interact with droids around the land. But I don't know. I'm just wondering if they're going to end up like having those roaming style droids in the land as well, with, you know, like in conjunction with the phone
didn't
app.
They say it, when you're reading the app? Didn't it say the roaming droids, something like that, when you're reading it?
Yeah, I was reading something about that too, that they're going to have droids.
Okay, yeah. It does say the Play Disney app allows visitors to engage with some of the full-scale droids rolling around the village. Okay, so I guess... Yeah, I guess they do.
Yeah, but the question is, even though I've heard they're made out of like really hard plastic, how long are they gonna last? Because I also heard they are not controlled by humans. They are actually autonomous. They are just walking around and they go, "Oh, I need to recharge. Just go back." Like how your iRobot works, your robot. So that whenever they need to go back and just go back.
I bet
the thing is. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I bet Disney only said that. That's really probably. see freaking car just driving around.
That's true.
I mean, I'd be happy if they had infant babies inside the droids, puppeteering them, walking them around. That'd be pretty cool to me.
Child labor.
Baby labor.
Baby labor. Oh boy. Just my worry is that these droids are gonna break after like I don't know a couple of days. Like after one day of Star Wars Land opening, it's gonna be like they're all dented and like there's gonna be like freaking footprints and like throw up and vomit all over them, and it's just like, Wow, it's extremely quiet now.
Oh, that was weird. Yeah, like I thought maybe I got cut off.
Man, I looked over at Discord and no one was
my
talking.
my mic died on. My snowball mic just went out. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear
I can
you.
hear
Yeah,
you.
Okay, I'm talking
happened?
through my webcam mic. I think it just unplugged. I just gotta plug it in and replug it back. Okay.
Are we still live streaming?
No, yeah,
Yeah,
we're
we
still
are.
live.
That was really awkward. Like no one was
I
talking.
know. I was like, what?
Okay, here, it's back. I fixed it. I just had to plug it in. I just had to replug it. That was planned, you guys. I don't know.
I see. Very planned.
Anyways, yeah, I think that's really it. I don't really have much else to say regarding the Play app. It'll be what it is. I don't know, like a gimmicky thing kids might enjoy. I'll try it out a couple times. Maybe if I have fun. If I get to tune in to different, like I don't know, like a Resistance style radio mix, I'll download the app and use it with their FM radio tuner. Because I don't really want to listen to like them giving away their secret plans. I just want to listen to music, Star Wars music. But anyways, do you guys have any closing thoughts you'd like to say regarding this topic?
Oh God. I just thought about like what you were saying, Matt. Like you're just like, oh, I just want to listen. I just pictured like someone's like, oh, hey, there's an option here to like listen to Star Wars music. You know, you press the button, and next thing you know, like these hidden speakers just blast the soundtrack. It's like these huge subwoofers and everything.
Oh boy.
Well, if you guys have any other...
Wait, what about they were planning to have like that show a long time ago. They showed off the show where there was like this resistant fighter, whatever, like this girl, and she fought against all these like stormtroopers and like other people chasing her down around and then there was a plan to like have her parkour against stuff and like fight them on a giant stage.
Mm-hmm.
Like a long time ago. I was wondering because they haven't brought that up at all, so I was wondering if that actually fell through, if they're doing that or not.
I mean, it probably fell through since they're cheap and are cutting a lot of the performers' hours and stuff like that. I mean, they probably just replaced the whole thing with the app, most likely, which is very sad. Because I don't really think they've mentioned anything regarding like live entertainment style stuff, like in Tomorrowland that they have. I don't know. I guess we'll find.
Maybe they cut that stuff over there to fund the Star Wars Land stuff.
I mean, it's possible.
But
yeah,
then knowing Bald Chapek, you don't really know.
Mr. Baldy Chapek.
Mr.
Yeah, you never
Baldy.
know when it comes to Bobby.
The literal Eggman of the world.
They should. Sam says Star Wars dance party. They should move over the techno lights and disco music from California Adventure over to Star Wars in like the back corner of the park, and just have like a rave, like a Star Wars rave with all the aliens dancing. Now that would be a Star Wars experience I'd like to see. Freddy says, that show has been canceled for budget, yes. The sit-down restaurant was canceled as well, and the third attraction as well. So many lost things. Poor Disney. But anyways.
Wait, there was supposed to be a sit-down restaurant? What was that?
Yeah, I have not Freddie, if you would like to elaborate, because I haven't heard anything about that as well. Yeah, I drank a lot of Snapple, you guys. It is just, whew. Okay.
Went right through you, didn't it?
Yeah. I'm not even finished with this bottle.
Are you sure you want to be drinking that much Snapple, Matt?
I mean, I cut down to just one bottle a week, so.
Don't tell the sponsors that.
Oh, I mean, I drink Snapple every day of my entire life. Please sponsor me, Snapple, please. Hey, we should play Crimes Against Humanity like we did that last time LMG was on the show. We do need to have another game night. That reminds me. I've been putting it off for months now. We will have another game night, I promise you guys. If people on the Discord, if you guys can help find a time in the preferably maybe like a Friday or a Saturday night, maybe after the stream, find a date that you guys are all free, then we can end up doing another Cards Against Humanity game with each other, because that was a lot of fun the last couple times we did that. But yeah, if you guys on the Discord can figure that out amongst yourselves, I'll free my schedule and we can all have fun playing games together. Okay, Freddie says the sit-down restaurant was supposed to be a quote-unquote diner club experience. I don't know anymore. I heard about it on a few Galaxy's Edge podcasts. Interesting. I guess we'll never know.
Wouldn't it be funny if he heard it here?
Ooh.
None of us know about it.
Okay, well, on that note, it is time to move on from these topics. We do have Matt Hosts Ghosts from Nate, the ending to his House of Vengeance series. If you guys have been listening in on the show, past couple weeks, we've sort of put off on finishing his tale because we've had other stories pop up. But now is the time that we finally finish Nate's House of Vengeance story that he's written. And now, everybody, it's time for Matt Hosts. I need to get the sound ready. And now it is time, everybody, for Matt Hosts Ghosts.
Welcome to Matt Hosts Ghosts.
And on that note, welcome to Matt Hosts Ghosts. I should get like candles and surround myself by like lit candles. That'd be.
That's a bad idea, Matt. You're not very good with.
Oh no.
Maybe I'll have the fire department on standby, and then
Plus, you're surrounded by Snapple fumes, so it's just not a good idea.
That's true, Snapple.
Yeah, one wrong step, and then your whole like body can like combust. You know.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm hoping for. Anyways, I mean, I warned you guys that this would be a very interesting episode, but now it is time. Chapter 3/epilogue of the House of Vengeance by my main man Nate, who was in chat earlier. Not sure if he's still here today, or if he's still here currently. If he is here, he can say hello if he wants to. But let's go ahead and finish this off. House of Vengeance, Chapter 3. If you guys would like to send in your own spooky stories to be read on the stream, they can be true stories that happened to you. Maybe you saw the ghost of Franklin Roosevelt in your bathroom, and you just needed to get it off your chest, share it with somebody. This is the place to share it. You can email your spooky stories to me, ytmatterhornmad@gmail.com, or you can send them to me through Discord, or you can, DM me a Google Doc on Twitter. Either way is very acceptable. I'm not picky when it comes to that kind of stuff. The only thing
I'm the ghost of Franklin Roosevelt.
Oh, that's scary.
Nice to see you.
That scared me. I was not expecting that. It sounded like that was coming from behind me, but anyways, I'm a ghost of the. Hi. How you doing? I'm okay.
Wait, what's it called again? Oh, those people who do like those whispers into the mic.
ASMR.
Thank you. I was gonna say I'm an ASMR ghost, but then I forgot how to say ASMR.
Oh my gosh, Matt, you should read this story like whispering like ASMR.
All right, I gotta get comfortable then. Okay. I've never done an ASMR video before. Okay. Is this good for you guys? Can you all hear me clearly?
Yes. Oh God.
All right.
Is this how it sounds like to listen to ASMR?
All right. Everybody, this is House of Vengeance, Chapter 3, written by Nate, who is currently on his way to see Captain Marvel, so he's not in the chat. But let's get this over with. The bright and sunny weather that lightened up the wedding faded away. The sky was quickly covered with gray and black clouds. A storm was quickly approaching. Inside, one of the bridesmaids was consoling Anna, visibly worried about her husband who went missing during the wedding reception. Pete, the security guard, says, "My men are doing everything we can to find him. Try and get some rest. I'll let you know as soon as we find out anything." Anna says, "I'm not going anywhere until he's found." Pete says, "Darn it." The Don, alone in his study, watched the storm ravage outside. As the Don watched the storm from inside, the study got colder and colder. Not a single window was open inside. Suddenly, he felt a presence from someone he hadn't seen in a long time, as if someone was in the study with him. The mysterious presence says, "It's been a long time, Francesco." The Don was startled. He says, "Who the H are you? Who the HE double hockey sticks are you?" The mysterious presence says, "We last spoke a long time ago. We worked together back then. I made a few mistakes, but I always thought we would remain friends. You betrayed me, my friend." The Don says, "Carmine, what do you want from me?" The mysterious presence was the ghost of Carmine Andolini, a man he killed a long time ago. Carmine says, "It's a shame what happened to your daughter's husband. Take comfort in knowing that they will not be apart for long." The Don says, "What do you know about my daughter's husband?" Before his very eyes, the ghost disappeared. He rushed to his desk to call for help. The Don says, "Sal, Pete, Luca, I need your help. Someone is after Anna. They may have killed Paul. Can anyone hear me? Answer me." No one answered. He ran throughout the entire house, searching for Anna, but he could not find her. He even ran outside in the storm to find her, still with no luck. All of a sudden, he heard Anna screaming from the inside of the house. He ran as quickly as he could. As he got closer to where Anna was, the halls got colder and colder. The Don opened the door to Anna's room, finding the ghost standing in the middle of the room with a hat box in his hand. The Don says, "Where is my daughter?" But the ghost replies, "Forgive me for being a rude guest. I forgot to give the newlyweds this gift, but they are nowhere to be found. How about you open it for them?" The Don says, "I don't care about that darn gift. Where is my daughter?" The ghost says, "Open it. Everything you want to know is inside. I will not tell you again." The hat box was heavy. Obviously something of importance was inside. The Don opened the box to find the decapitated head of his daughter, Anna. The Don let out a scream of agony, one of the few times he showed any emotion. He was shaken to see his daughter was brutally killed But what hurt him the most was that it was his fault. His beloved daughter paid the price for her father's crimes. And this is the epilogue 15 years later. The Don was never the same after that fateful night. He went insane, and not too long after, he was committed to a mental institution where he would stay for the rest of his life. His son, Luca, took over his father's business, ridding himself and his businesses from crime. One day he met with someone who was looking to buy the house. He filled the buyer in with the strange history of his old home. Luca says, as you could see, it's very spacious and perfect for what you want to do. You know, I could see it as a nice addition to your park in California. Oh my God, I know where this is going. After everything we went over, how do you feel about it? The buyer says, it's a lovely home, but I'm looking for more of a retirement home where my new guests can rest and enjoy themselves, not some crazy institution. It was nice talking with you, but I'll look somewhere else. Luca said, I'll give you a good deal for it, Mr. Disney. A man of your stature deserves nothing but the best. The buyer said, sorry. The potential buyer was Walt Disney. Around this time, Walt Disney was looking for a retirement home to put in Disneyland. The retirement home would be occupied by special guests. To this day, the house remains abandoned and untouched from that fateful night in 1945. The house's history even attracts urban explorers who seek to see if everything they heard about the house is true. Is the house truly abandoned, or does something or someone still lurk inside? The end.
Wow, that was really good. I really enjoyed that.
Thank you, Alex. I enjoyed that as well. I hope everybody listening enjoyed that also as well.
My ears are bleeding.
Well, that was an experience. I've never done ASMR before. If you guys enjoyed that, I can continue to do ASMR on the podcast. Maybe. I did not prepare. I didn't have any water with me to sort of clear my throat. But
Yeah, there was a lot of like clicking and sticking.
I mean, that's what happens when I drink only Snapple for 24 hours. But we hope you all enjoyed that story. Thank you to Nate for sending us in that story. And like I said, if you would like to send in your own spooky stories to the stream, you can do so by emailing them to me, ytmatterhornmatt@gmail.com. Or you can, like I said, send them through Discord. They don't have to be true stories. They can be fictional, like Nate did, but we do prefer real, true, spooky stories. Like I said, if the ghost of Thomas Edison does appear in your attic, we want to know. We want to be the first to know. So yeah, send in your stories, please.
Well, actually, something creepy happened to me when I was at Alex at Disneyland.
Ooh.
Remember what I told you on the train?
Yeah. Tell them.
So I just got on the train with Alex, right? Where were we taking off from again? It was from, I think, New Orleans.
No,
New
we were
Orleans.
taking off from Tomorrowland.
Tomorrowland. Really?
Yeah,
Tomorrowland.
Yeah.
Tomorrowland, yeah. So in Tomorrowland, the train was taking a turn in the Grand Canyon, and it was slowly going past where the light. So the light bulb. Forgot, I'm on push to talk. You can see directly down. Because the window it has two doors. There's just one door and another door at the end of the car, so you can see directly to the end of the tunnel. Well, when the train was taking a turn around the tunnel, I saw right before the light went away from the window. I saw a figure. I swear, a figure cross right in front. Like the light went. I could see the light. The light got blocked. Something went in front of it from right to left, and I could see the light again. And then after 5 more seconds, the light went away because the train turned too much. So I was like, I went over to Alex and was like, "Is there anyone in the car?" And Alex went, "No." And then we both kind of spent the rest of the time looking at the car. That was kind of weird.
Ooh,
creepy,
spooky. I was trying to zoom in on Discord on your name, so you could see it lighting up while you were talking, but I was too late.
Does this help?
So yeah, I'm closer to the mic now.
That is
Does this help as
absolutely,
well?
absolutely perfect.
This is really amazing. I really love this show. Thank you everybody for having me on the show. Thank you, Matt, for hosting Matterhorn Mondays on a Saturday. And thank you everybody for joining us.
I guess I gotta join in too. I hope you all enjoyed this episode of Matterhorn Mondays. If you did, be sure to comment down below your thoughts on all the news that we covered in today's episode. If not, you will be hunted down by Walt Disney's ghost, and you will be banned from Disneyland forever. Please go subscribe to Kris, LMGVids, and Alex the Historian. Link is in the description below. And also, please subscribe to my main channel as well, if you're not already. And also,
keep this in the actual podcast.
yes.
That's cool.